Blackjack here is recommending that I watch Gen V, and I might because there's an opening in my schedule. Sometimes I plan out, like, especially when reviews, like I plan out my reviews ahead. You know, I'm going to be reviewing Alien Earth, and I was definitely going to review The Savant. That was circled on my calendar with little stars and little happy faces around it because I knew it would just be absolute cringe. Kind of like when G20 came out. But I think this would be 1,000 times worse than G20 because at least I got some laughs out of that. Of course, when the Savant trailer came out, a meme was born, and some of the most clever quotes affixed to this meme I have seen on Twitter in a long time. So well done, all of you. You made me laugh a lot. Well, it turns out that there might have been some questionable programming in it. So if you don't know what Savant is, it is basically woke white woman porn. Basically, it was based on a true story where a woman hunted down a couple of right-wing extremists, two online, and they decided to make an entire series where this woman was going to hunt down extremism through the internet, get on Discord servers and 4chan and make the world a better place as only a woke white woman can. Problem is, it was solely focused on right-wing extremism, and it's never even brought up. The other side is never even brought up because they see this as the real danger. Bad timing. The series was going to be released on Friday, I believe, day after tomorrow. Apple is making a huge mistake postponing The Savant in wake of Charlie Kirk. Now, it is not canceled. It is postponed. We might see it someday. I agree. I think they're making a huge mistake because I wanted to review this. This was content gold, so please release it. In a shocking decision, Apple TV has postponed the premiere of the Jessica Chastain, who is famously known to be really easy to work with in Hollywood, and I'm being sarcastic. She is known as one of the biggest divas in Hollywood and is a massive pain in the ass. Drama series The Savant, offering another chilling example of how business giants are running scared of the Trump administration and bowing to pressure before it even exists. The series had been scheduled to premiere September 26th. Or maybe it was in really bad taste because all the violence over the last 6 months to a year has come from the very radical left, and maybe even people who watch Apple TV, which is 95% progressive, would go, wait a minute, they're not even talking about like the other side, like at all. And they're the ones who committed all. It almost come off like propaganda, Chris. It almost come off like propaganda. After careful consideration, we have made the decision to postpone The Savant. An Apple TV spokesperson said in a statement to Variety, "We appreciate your understanding and look forward to releasing the series at a future date." Having watched the 8-episode series for review, which was set to be under embargo until September 25th, it's clear that The Savant is precisely the type of show America needs right now, Chris. It needs a woke white woman hunting down white supreme sandwiches.
God.
It looks at a sector of mostly white. Hang on.
People.
Oh my.
Of mostly white male individuals who believe that America belongs to them, fueled by hate, bigotry, xenophobia, and misogyny. They talk cruelly and candidly online about enacting harm and violence towards individuals or others because they're othering people. But somehow calling half the country white supremacists and Nazis and bigots and misogynists is not othering people. So I hope you're all keeping track of that at home. Who they feel are unworthy of being in their country. Nowhere in the show does it mention Donald Trump's name. Does it need to? I mean, does The Boys mention Donald Trump's name? And other than depicting white nationalists in a negative light, The Savant, I see what you're doing there. The Savant is straightforward, non-controversial character study and a well-paced thriller about one woman trying to stop domestic terrorism. They know goddamn well how this would have looked. That's why they pulled it. It has nothing to do with the Trump administration. Apple actually had some self-awareness going, we made a show about a woman hunting down extremism that all comes from the right when all the, I'm stating the obvious here, sorry. When all the extremism and violence and murder is coming from the left right now. Might not be a good look. And they're not wrong. I still say, if you want, I'm not telling you what to do, boycott Apple until they release the Savant for purely selfish reasons. By all means, release. So I think a lot of people have speculated correctly that there might have been a Charlie Kirk-like figure in the show.
Right.
And maybe there's some reshoots and some clever editing going on. Or maybe they just wait, like you said, 6 months. The Savant is only about one kind of internet extreme. Kirk's alleged killer is not, it seems, of that ilk. So basically they're saying, looks like he might not be MAGA. Maybe. I mean, he wrote trans shit and furry shit on the bullet casings and Antifa shit on the bullet casings, but maybe he's not MAGA. And then there's the messages to his boyfriend. But he is one of many thousands, if not millions, of young men who ventured onto the web in their teens and never returned because it was more entertaining than your fucking movies. What little we know of his ideology, Chris, of the shooter's ideology. We know very little of it, except he wrote shit on the fucking bullets.
I think it's pretty obvious to conclude what it was.
What little we know seems steeped in the argot of online gamer culture. You know where they're going next. A tongue foreign to many of us. The world he lived in should probably not feel so alien. Well, the world the shooter lived in should probably feel pretty alien. Furry porn and stuff like that. I think that's good that feels pretty alien to most people. But you see what they're framing here, Chris, is it's gamer culture that's causing this extremism. And we're going to start seeing that bullshit again. This goes back to heavy metal music is the satanic panic and causing people to kill themselves with Ozzy's Suicide Solution and all that fucking bullshit is going to happen again. And this is the problem is Hollywood doesn't have the power they used to. So as you guys all know, the most profitable form of entertainment right now is gaming. It dwarfs Hollywood. We talk of Star Wars losing a generation. We talk of Star Trek losing a generation. Hollywood is losing a generation. The entire industry, which means it's reached maturity, it's peaked, and it did it to themselves.
I read ahead as you were reading, Gary. I skipped ahead.
Go ahead.
I used to do that in school. But when the guy in the next paragraph says film is an inherently sluggish medium. It takes time to make, and thus commentary is usually delayed by a few years. Only a few rare films feel as if they're precisely reactive to the present tense. That's what One Battle After Another is. It's very much commenting on current events only a few months ago, like attacking ICE facilities. Who would have predicted that would happen? Although I remember years ago, I saw an episode of Rogan, I don't know who the guest was, where they said, get ready for immigrant riots. That's the new thing that's going to happen. Immigrant riots. Illegal riots.
God, chat. Who was that? It was.
Do you remember that too?
Name
And I was like, oh, wow.
Oh, I remember.
Anyway.
Yeah. And they showed it and they were right. And perhaps it continues. Perhaps then there will eventually be movies that meaningfully address what online life is today. I sort of doubt it though. I do too. And this is something that Chris and I have been talking about for many years, and many of us in this sphere have been talking about for many years, is when you insert the message into stuff like, oh, I don't know, I'm just going to, off the top of my head, Star Wars, Star Trek, Doctor Who. You're taking these timeless stories that had moral commentary and you're dating them. So you're dating a timeless story, which makes it not very timeless. We've had two cultural shifts now in the last year. We had the election last November, and we had the murder of Charlie Kirk. Both of those are major cultural shifts. And yeah, it's going to look really dated and horrible. And as Chris described it, one battle after another is about Antifa attacking ICE, essentially. Correct, Chris?
Yes, it's very overt. They show them making bombs. They show them setting off bombs. They show them presumably killing people. I mean, it's very much ripped from current events. It's when you see this footage of protesters outside ICE facilities, this is the next level. And we've seen things now escalate to violence. The world and the backdrop to this whole thing are all really horrible people that are hard to sympathize with. Their Antifa are the protagonists of the story. And I don't think the general public really likes the antics of this group. To be fair, I think it's an extreme side that's like, I love what Antifa's doing. Yeah, that's like this small percentage of people
they like
all the way over here.
They like to hide behind the title, right? They go, well, everybody should be anti-fascist. It's like, sure. Anti-fascism, anti-communism. Sure. Absolutely. You're not fighting fascism though. You're attacking regular Americans. You're burning down their businesses. You're toppling statues paid by taxpayers. You're killing people. You're fucking killing people who are not fascist. Charlie Kirk was a Christian, was a regular garden variety, very effective speaker, but just a Christian, just a normal Christian guy, not a fascist, and you murdered him.
Nerderotic.com. Please subscribe.